So I can take this now, I've erased the background essentially, and I can add in text if I want to, or any other element I can add to this. So remember, when you add text, you're going to just click on the page with the type tool. So T on your keyboard and then click on the page, or go over here and click on the page. And then your type has a couple areas here where you can choose different fonts. And see, there's lots of them to choose from. So if you want to add a font, you can just choose a font and then type. Mine's very tiny right now, so I can Control+ and zoom in. Lake Orion. And then if I hold Shift with my arrow tool and drag, I can just make that bigger or smaller. And you can right click and arrange and bring it backwards or forwards. Remember with text as well, if I want to change each word to a different size, I usually just type them separately. So up, cycle, I think. Okay. Actually, it was Go Green. Go Green Up is the one we're doing. So, okay, something like that. I would just type it separately. So I can change the size. I can change the font. And then also you can change colors in general. For this design, it's just black and white, but you can change the color. If you want your letters to be thicker, you can always go here and go like to bold if it has the option. If it doesn't have the option, you can add a stroke or an outline to an existing font, and you can play with the thickness of that stroke. See how it's making my font thicker? Sometimes you have to be careful it doesn't overwhelm it. But, and then also if you wanted to change the layout or the structure of this line of font, up here at the top, you can click and you can go to this, make envelope, and you can warp your letters. So that's arc. You can bulge them. You can move these around and, you know, make them kind of stretched out or however you think it would fit into your design. Up here. That looks terrible, but you get the gist here. And then with this, I can rotate it. When you use the feature up here, that warp tool, you can also go to your white arrow tool and you can double click on these points and like stretch your words out and do some cool things with your words. And then of course, remember all of this would be black and white. It wouldn't have color at all for this particular design. Okay, I have everything selected. I didn't mean to do that. I'm just going to go to my Live Paint Bucket tool and fill this all in with black if it will allow me. There we go. Just froze up there for a sec. So it's got to be a black and white design for this one specifically. Oh, one more thing. When you save this, always save first as an Illustrator file with your name in it. So Illustrator file. That way you can go in and make changes later and put it in your graphic design folder. I'm just going to throw it on my desktop. And then to save this as a file that anyone can view, so we're essentially going to take a picture of this file, then you're going to go to File, Export, Export As, choose a PNG, use artboards. Always check the box use artboard so it only prints what's on your page. And then always 300 pixels per square inch. For this one, I am going to choose a transparent background so I can put it on a tote bag or another mock-up. And I just hit OK. And it'll take a picture without the white background there.